Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob the Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we're going to look at a Pro-Tech Cambria knife. This is a manual flipper button lock knife that actually kind of got released at Blade Show Atlanta. I got a chance to check it out there, but I didn't get it till afterwards. All right, so this is the Cambria from Pro-Tech. This is a manual button lock knife that I got at right after Blade Show. I checked this out at Blade Show. Did not get to buy it because I was going to come back Sunday. My voice was gone and I needed to get home, and I just wasn't feeling 100% at that point. I just needed to get home, so I didn't get to buy it, but it became available right after Blade Show and I bought it. This is a nice, looks like green, jungle green, whatever, camel carbon inlay, which is kind of nice. You can see that, looks pretty cool. You've got an abalone inlay button on here. It is a flipper, so the flipper does work like that. It's kind of a nice drop point. You could maybe call it a clip point. It looks more like a drop point. It's not really sharp there. It's just a nice swedge that gives the illusion of a clip, but nice flat grind up there. This is Magnacut, so you know, with working with Larry Thomas, Pro-Tech's going to be doing 62, 63, 64 on the HRC. The action is really nice. You put skiffs in there, it's even better, right? So really fantastic. You've got dead nut centered. It's really important, especially if you have center there. Aluminum scales, caged ceramic ball bearings in there. You got a deep pocket carry clip here. This is the steel version, so it does lock onto steel. You can get and I've done this with a lot of my Pro-Techs. I'll get the Lynch Northwest titanium clip to put in there, and I might look at doing that. You have a lanyard in there. This is an in-house design. I don't know who exactly designed this knife, so I don't know if that's relevant, but it is a Pro-Tech design. It's made in the USA. It's made by Pro-Tech out in California. Fantastic knife. It's a manual button lock flipper that works really great. So you can open it with the button like that, right? And you can close it with the button, and you can flip it. And the push button works, and the light switch works. Really nice. It is a plunge lock. You can see that in there when we get in there, and it does click into place. Nice and solid, no play. Really, really solid in there, which I think is outstanding. T8 captive pivot. These, I believe, are T6s. Yep, these are, no, it's T8 here. This is a T6 and a T6, but these are T8s here and T6s here. So there you go. Material, aluminum, black PVD coated, I think it is. It's aluminum black PVD coated, steel clip. The camel carbon jungle weave, or whatever, jungle fever, whatever it's called. Sorry, jungle weave. I don't know where that came from. Inlay there. I'm sorry, I better edit that out. Yeah, that's I can't believe Magnacut, really, really cool. CPM Magnacut's got to be a nice heat treat, tough blade, nice and sharp. I think really cool. Does work really well. Nice angled up there. I got a full grip here. You know, big hands, large meaty fingers, probably extra large hands with big meaty fingers should work. Locking type, the button lock, plunge lock works really well. I like that. Opening, closing works really well. Blade shape is great. Let's do some measurements on this guy. I'm going to say 3.2 ounces, somewhere like that. I could be wrong. 3.3 ounces. I was close. 3.3 ounces. Not bad. Not bad. Feel like I'm getting closer. Sometimes I'm really off, but 3.2 ounces. So there you go. All right, what's the overall length on this guy? It's not super small, but it's not huge. It is right under 7 inches, 7 7/8. Handle area, we're looking at just under 4 inches, 3 7/8. Now, if you were to take the curved part here, right, and go here, and then come over here, let's do this. So it's right at 4 inches if you do that, right? But that's really not how it works. It would be more all the way in here. So we're at 3 7/8, right? Blade length is 3 3/8. Overall cutting length, 3 3/8. A very big, generous choil right there. Makes me wonder, does that, oh, okay. So it does close in right there, right? So you want to make sure you leave that part there, because it looks like as the stop pin, or is the stop pin up there? Hold on. I can't quite tell. I'm not sure if it's stopping here or if it's stopping there, but anyways, that's what that's for. So there you go. Action's good. all that stuff. So what's the cost on this guy? This was $300, I think, at Blade Show. So technically, when you do this, we're looking at the $280 to $300 range. So that can put it into the very top of the regular end to the very bottom of the high end. So you're kind of split into two tiers there. So just keep that in mind. That's something that's very potential between the two different tiers. Which is not bad. I mean, when you get a USA-made knife, quality knife, Magnacut, abalone inlay, camo carbon inlay, I think that's great. I think that's reasonable, very reasonable. Some people may agree, some people may not. That's fine. I like Pro-Tech. I think they do quality stuff, and I like this knife. It's no different. There is a lot of touches. There's no sharp edges, no little hot spots anywhere, and to me, that's important. Back here, it's not super crazy sharp, which I appreciate as well, so that means something to me. Purpose. Is it EDC hard use collection? Absolutely collection piece. Blade Show exclusive, numbered, count. Sure, be a collection piece if you're a big collector of Blade Show knives. I like the knife. I would use it. I would hard use it for button lock. Now, I always say that button locks with a caveat because you use the right tool for the right job. So if you need to work something very hard, get a fixed blade. Get a fixed blade to chop or an axe, right? Get a liner lock, frame lock, or whatever for something a little harder. Button lock, you can do some hard stuff on there, but you don't go whacking and chopping with this knife. It's a plunge lock. It's with a spring. It can loosen and pop off. So I would be cautious about that. But like opening boxes, letters, doing things like, I think it'd be great. You could use that all day. You know, I have no problem working and breaking down boxes with this. I wouldn't think that's a problem at all. So hard use in that regard to the relative lock strength and lock design, right? So that's my opinion on that one. Overall, ergos, feel, and action. So the overall design, handles are great. Really nice and chamfered round. There's no sharp edges. This is really functional chamfering. It's not sharp. It's not digging in. I really, really, really appreciate that. I can't tell you, having had some knives that have just this little, just no concern or thought for those sharp edges. I appreciate that. Opening, closing is fantastic. The flipper works wonderful. Absolutely. The button lock works wonderful. I can't get in there to middle finger flick it. So maybe you put thumb studs. That could potentially work with thumb studs, unless you can have double openings, I guess. Textures. Is there any texture on here? Not really. There's a little textural jimping on the flipper, which is perfect. Goes all the way out to the edge. Exactly what you want to do. So you don't feel like you're going to slip off, right? I love that. I love that. So is there a lanyard on this guy? There is. There's a little lanyard, kind of a hidden lanyard in the scale, so you could definitely put something in there if you wanted to. I like the fact it's not prioritized. I can do almost a fully hidden deep pocket carry clip. I love that. I think that's fantastic. All right, overall feel, ergos. Like I said, the opening, closing is sweet. It's like butter. I love it. I love it. The action is great. The design flow is great. The function is great. It's just a fun little knife for sure. Fidget factor. For a flipper and a button, I'm going to give it a 4. It's done really well. If you're going to do a flipper and you're going to jimp it all the way, this flips really well, especially with the button lock. It's got enough of a crisp little pop to get open. I love that. That's really nice. And then the button here, if I wanted to, you know, it works both ways, right? And then once I flip it open, I can easily drop it. So I think it's great. It's absolutely great. Fidgety goodness. I'm going to give this a 97. This is an A+, but not quite 100. It's really good. What's the only thing keeping it from it? Well, I'd probably put my own clip on there. I'd probably put Skiff Caged Bearings, and then that probably get me up to that 100. But it's really good. It's really good. I liked the Malibu. It just would dig into my hand, and I did not appreciate that. I bought 3 or 4 Malibus, sold them all because it just got uncomfortable. This one works. This one works really nice, and so I really dig that. I'm kind of excited about this one. It's definitely, I have a Mordax that I love, and now I have the Cambria, and I like both of these. These are fantastic. So yeah, very cool. Definitely 97, really good. Is it recommended? Yes, 100% recommended. I like this knife a lot. Is it a favorite? Yeah, this is a favorite knife for me, for sure. I like this. This will be in my favorites. I like the Cambria, and I think there's going to be some variants of this one coming out that's going to be even more desirable. Some really cool texturing, maybe some various, different finishes on here. I could see someone having some unique compound grinds. I could see just some really unique things coming out with this. Even this with abalone inlay, I love that. I think that's really, really cool. Yeah, recommended and a favorite for sure. All right, let's do some close-up here real quick before we break away so you can kind of get a nice close look up. My focus went away. There we go. All right, so there's the Pro-Tech minimal billboarding, typical Pro-Tech. Got a nice wedge, nice stone washed finish, which is really nice, very functional. Then you have the abalone inlay. You've got the camel carbon inlay, which is really nice. We look over here, titanium, kind of finishes all the way around. Full back spacer. It's kind of a faux back spacer. It's two-piece coming together. This is the same with your lanyard. Then we look at the clip over here. It is, it's got that goofy bill clip. I would, I'd probably get the Lynch Northwest clip to replace it, but still, it's fine. It's fine. It is steel clip. I tend to bend steel clips. That's why I would tend to switch it. You have the billboarding that comes from Blade Show. That's typical. A lot of people look for that intentionally. Sometimes they put it on the inside, but they do it there because it's supposed to be. This is a Blade Show exclusive, which it's cool. Magnacut, they do a good job on Magnacut and the heat treat, so I definitely think that's a positive. Very, very cool knife. I like it. I like it a lot. So, like I said, I'm kind of a big fan, and I'm definitely going to recommend this. So there we have the Cambria. Let's get our nice little clean shot there for our thumbnail, but I think you would be very pleased, very happy with this one. I think it's a good one. If you like the Malibu, if you like the Mordax, this is a nice another manual button lock. I have a TR3. I really like the TR3 too. I think it's great. I actually gave my TR3 to my son, so he has it now, but that's another one. So very good. TR3, the Mordax, the Malibu. So first started, Cambria was the first one that came out. That was their very first manual button lock. Then they did the Mordax, which was a drop thing that they did together. Technically, they made some other manual drop points, like they did some collabs with Boker. I think they did some with James Brand and some other folks, right? But their production lines, after the Malibu, then was the Mordax, which officially was then their drop, the Mordax, and then the Cambria came back in a newer version. Well, then you had the TR3 manual, the TR3 Integrity, which is the manual button lock, and then you had the newer version of the Cambria, which I like this one. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. Definitely recommend it. All right, would love to hear your thoughts on this knife if you have one. What do you think of it? Is it something you'd be interested in? Do you like the look of it? You may not be for you. It almost has, it's not a Persian, but it's definitely swoopy, kind of a, you got to like that aesthetic. I don't mind it. I think it works here. It's almost out of my aesthetics, but I like the way it works, and it feels good in hand, and it's clean. So to me, this works. All right, so that's my thoughts on this one. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know how you like yours. All right, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting that like button? If you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the channel really helps me out, allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos, enjoys the content as part of the live stream. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, maybe, oh, by the way, liking and subscribing, it does help me to produce more content. I know I say that, you think, oh, whatever. It really does. I want you to know that. So thank you for those of you guys who do that. If you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out to my channel members. You do two amazing things for me. You encourage me. I do this part-time. Your encouragement means the world to me. Secondly, because of your generous support, you allow me to do things sooner than I thought I could. For instance, I can do a once-a-week budget banger giveaway. It has a lot to do with you guys. And a big thank you to you guys for making that happen. Also, I can check out knives and cover the cost of shipping, getting knives back to folks. That's a big deal. That has a lot to do with you as well. So thank you. Thank you for that. Along with that, you allow me to, pay for some of the subscription things that I got to do to cover, to, post-edit the videos, process the videos, different things like that. Thank you. Thank you for that. I genuinely appreciate that, because all the money I make in this channel goes back into it, usually buy giveaways and things like that. So just want you to know that. I appreciate your support and allowing this channel to continue to grow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If that sounds interesting and you go, hey, that's cool. That's cool. You have a channel. I'd love to support. I'd love to be a member. But wait, why would you want to be a member? I have a couple things I do for you because of your generous support. I do all new channel members. I want to send you a channel sticker and a thank you note. Secondly, I do a once a month members exclusive giveaway. So we do the Budget Banger giveaway each week. And then that 1 week in a month, we'll do a Budget Banger giveaway and a members giveaway. So members, you're eligible for both. You could win 2 knives in 1 week, theoretically, right? And the budget banger giveaway is a budget banger, but the members giveaway, I try to do $100 or more, something exclusive, something nice, uniquely for you, something you'd maybe enjoy winning as a prize or giving as a gift, right? So I try to make sure that's something special in that regard. That's the first thing. And if that sounds interesting, now you say, hey, how do I become a member? Well, there's a link down below in the description. I have 3 different tiers: low, a medium, and a high. First of all, if you want to be a member, I'm blown away. Thank you. But please don't ever feel like you have to be a member. Do it because you want to. And if you do, you choose to be a member, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really do mean that. I appreciate it. I'm humbled by it every time that happens. It really does blow me away. Yeah, thank you. But thank you to everyone who watches the videos, who's part of the channel. I appreciate you all, no matter what. No matter what you do, I just appreciate you being here, so just know that. If you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.